How often have you tried to get your friend's attention during a conversation because he or she is on their phone? This is just one of the many symptoms that have been caused by social media and smartphones. Why is it that people find the mindless scrolling of their Instagram feed more interesting than what is going on in the moment? Well, today I will be talking about the negative effects that social media has on our society, especially our generation, and how it greatly outweighs the benefits of it. A few negative effects that I will talk about are the increasing rate of mental health issues, addiction, yes, addiction, and a growing antisocial society. This topic is even more important now while we are all in quarantine, as some of us are isolated with nothing other than our phones. It is important now more than ever not to get too sucked into social media because the negative effects are countless. And I cannot begin to elaborate on these in just 8 minutes. One of the biggest consequences to social media is the suspicious correlation it has with rising mental health issues in teens. While we are scrolling through Facebook posts or Snapchat stories, one thing that many people can't help but do is to compare themselves to others. Whether it's your peers or celebrities, comparing yourselves to others on social media can make you unhappy. This is because social media does not give you the whole story. Looking at what people post online is like looking at their life through a lens that they manipulated. Comparing yourself to this fictional version of people can make you feel less than you are. According to U.S. News and World Reports, they detailed that in one U.S. study, the rate in which kids and teens arrived in a hospital due to suicidal thoughts or attempts has almost doubled between 2008 and 2015, with the highest increase among adolescent girls. It is no coincidence that the rise in this statistic came during the invention of the smartphone and the increasing dominance of social media in our daily life. This phenomenon is happening to societies all over the world. The increasing rate of mental health issues among teens is a real consequence to social media, but could also be exacerbated by their addiction exacerbating their addiction to it. You may be saying to yourself, oh please, social media is not an addiction. And maybe you're right, because even an article by Harvard School of Public Health says that routine social media may compensate for diminishing face-to-face social interactions in people's busy life. Social media may even provide individuals with a platform that overcomes barriers of distance and time, allowing them to connect and reconnect with others and thereby expand and strengthen their in-person networks and interactions. But even Harvard concedes that is only with mindful users. According to an article by Forbes, social media is in fact addicting and can even act like a drug. The article, 6 Ways Social Media Affects Our Mental Health, dictates that part of an unhealthy cycle is that we keep coming back to social media, even though it doesn't make us feel very good. And like a drug, we think that getting a fix will help, but it will actually make us feel worse. Social media is a vicious cycle that when we go without it, we fear that we are missing out and that we are disconnected. Last consequence, but certainly not the least, is the growth of a more antisocial society. More and more people partake in a certain activity because it will make for a great post on their Instagram or to attract a certain crowd to their Facebook page. When did we become concerned with having people sharing our experiences online over just enjoying the moment? Putting down our phone to have fun and have a conversation is how we should live our life. But nowadays, we are all too consumed with our image. No wonder teens are struggling with their self-confidence, because they're always worried with how to properly edit their photos and how many likes it gets. This addiction to social media and fear of judgment is causing us to be more comfortable with our phones rather than other people. Remember that social media has so many negative consequences to it, and it is very harmful to the way teens view themselves today. But if you can be mindful with social media, then it can be a great way to stay connected with people. Although this can be the case, it is worrying what will become of the younger generations and the future generations. Thank you for listening.